About 5 years ago, my mom and I decided to do some planning. And one of the things that we thought would be really important for us to do is get some of our funeral arrangements in order. So we met with Deborah Rupp over at Horan McConaty 5 years ago. Mom and I together sat down, worked out all of the details that felt right for her, felt right for me, had it all in paper and all in writing, and felt really good. Just kind of sat on the shelf for a long time. And then on July 19th, we needed to pull out that file and use it. And sadly, my mom passed away on July 19th. And I look back on that time and I'm really very grateful that 5 years ago we did all of that planning. Mom passed away in a nursing home. And when she passed away, I stayed with her for a while, and the nursing home was really wonderful, and they, at my convenience and whenever the timing was right for me, they called Horan, and I call him the Horan ambassador, and he came walking down the hallway, had a suit on, stood out in the whole group, and came down, and he was very polite and very compassionate, very nice and kind to me, and gave me as much time as I needed. And he walked into my mom's room and checked things out a little bit and said, you know, whenever you're ready, I'll go ahead and come back and get her. And I said, I'm okay now. So he went back to his vehicle and strolled back down the hallway and brought his gurney in. And when one of the things that he did was that he pushed the gurney into the room, and as he was doing that, I realized, and his remark was that it's kind of tight quarters in here, and so it was his nice polite way, and then he closed the door. And I think back at that moment, it was really a huge moment when you look back on it, because really what he was trying to do was to save me from watching him transport my mom from her bed to this gurney. So it was his nice, humane way of telling me to stay out of the room. And then a few seconds later, the door opened, and Mom was all nice and neat on this gurney with this charming little blanket on her, very comfortable. And again, he offered as much time as I needed. I gave her one last kiss goodbye. And then I walked out, and as I was walking down the hall, I turned around to look back, and he was standing in the doorway of her room, just like a tall, strong soldier, and just protecting her, and just politely giving me enough time to leave the building so I didn't have to see any transportation. And again, I thought that was so kind of him to do that. And very shortly after, about an hour later, Lyman, the funeral director from Horan, called me and wanted me to meet with them and to wrap up a few details. So I went over to Horan. Took all of about 30 minutes, and I was very pleased with that. In addition, it was in the 30 minutes, most of it was just him just trying to share his condolences, offering any help and assistance that he may need, that I might need. But really, it was really just very quick. And again, it's just because we had done all of that planning in advance. And at that moment, I was so overwhelmed. I look back and I'm so grateful that my mom and I went together. And so I just want to thank Horan. I want to thank Deborah for helping us get that planning in order. Lyman for being so loving and compassionate. For Horan and the entire staff. And I appreciate them so much. Thank you very much.